morning everyone. I once again welcome you all to the lecture series on drug abuse problem management and prevention. Today we'll discuss about various causes of drug abuse. Let's start with the introduction. Drug abuse is a social problem that has spread and increased rapidly in our society and in more alarming educational institutions too. It indicates that drug abuse and drug addiction is one of the greatest evil of our time and it is a serious problem in India. Changing cultural values, increasing economic stress and low social support are leading to drug abuse and misuse. In other words, we can say that drug abuse resulted in increase in crime, tension, horror, disease and lack of inner peace and harmony. Causes of drug abuse. Why do people take drugs? When no two human beings are similar, then reasons for taking drugs are also not similar. So there are different reasons for drug abuse and addiction. Let's see what are the causes. Physiological causes, psychological causes, social causes. Physiological causes. Physiological causes include genetically transmission of drug abuse from one generation to another. Genetics. Genetics play an important role in deciding the drug trait of the person. Substance abuse is inherited disease. So according to genetics, if the person is alcoholic, then his or her child will also be alcoholic or into drug abuse. Dysfunction of endocrine system. Endocrine system is made up of glands that produce hormones that regulate our metabolism, our sexual function, our sleep, our mood swings, our growth and development, and so on. So, substance abuse is caused by dysfunction of endocrine system, removing pain, getting sleep and staying awake. This indicates that there is a change in the appetite, sleep pattern and body temperature in the body due to absence of drugs. So, this compels the drug addict to take daily dose of drug. Similarly, other physiological causes which compel the person to take drug are constipation, vomiting, diarrhea in the absence of drug. Psychological causes. Growing stress, frustration and lack of harmony is the unfortunate reality of present day society. So let's see what are the psychological causes. Erasing depression. Depression is not uncommon these days. Due to increase in competition and change in lifestyle, these are the major reasons of depression among youth. So depression and substance abuse goes in hand by hand. If the person is depressed or suicidal, they often self-medicate with drugs, which leads to drug abuse and drug addiction. Remove boredom. If person is disengaged in life, they always seek for excitement in life. So they go for new experiences such as drug use. So drug abuse help them to pass their time. So in order to remove the boredom and increase the excitement in their life, they go for drug abuse. Trauma. If the person has some physical or sexual trauma or physical or sexual abuse in childhood, then they are twice likely to go for drugs, smoke and drink as compared to persons who are not abused in their childhood. Low self-esteem. Low self-esteem and low self-confidence is one of the main psychological reasons for drug abuse and addiction. Youth associate weight loss with beauty and popularity. So they associate drinking, smoking and drugs with being trendy and cool. According to them, drug abuse is the answer to their problem. Mental illness. Mental illness also relates to drug abuse and addiction. Individuals who have some mental health problems such as depression, anxiety, ADHD, PTSD, personality disorders, they go for drug abuse and drug addiction. Poor stress coping skills. Individuals who have poor stress coping skills or they find difficulty in managing stress in their life, they also go for drug abuse and addiction. So, drug addiction work as a coping mechanism for physical and emotional issues. Personality trait. Personality trait also relates to drug abuse and addictions. There are some individuals who have such personality which are predisposing to drug abuse and addiction. So, these individuals, they don't accept failure in their life or they can't handle stress in their life. They have unrealistic expectations about them and about world. So they go for drug abuse and addiction. Misery use. Some individuals also use drugs out of misery. They believe that life holds no joy for them and they have very dull routine, so they go for drug addiction. Social causes. There is change in social norms and values of the society significantly. So there are some social factors also which leads to drug abuse and addiction. Let's see what are the social causes. Peer pressure. Peer pressure is one of the social factor. Individuals, in order to fit into social circle, they go for drug abuse and addiction because friends holds important place in their life. So they depend upon their peer for all the activities, so they go for drug abuse and addiction. Urbanization. There is shift of individuals from villages to the urban cities. So due to new environment, they find difficulty in adjusting into the environment, and they feel lonely, and they never stay away from their family. Due to shift into the urban areas, they go for drug abuse and addiction. Poor relationship with parents and friends. There are some individuals or youth who have no communication with their parents, or there is lack of communication or relationship with the parents and friends. They often go for drug abuse and addiction. There are chances, there are risk factor that if a relationship of the person with the parent is not good, or they have no communication, it leads to drug abuse and addiction. Changing social structure. There is a change in the social norms and values of the society. Due to changes in the Western culture, the taking alcohol and smoking is not considered to be bad habit. So this is one of the reason of youth going into drug abuse and drug addiction. Unemployment. Unemployment and substance abuse goes in hand by hand. Whenever there is a fear of job loss or individual who is unemployed, then they go for drug abuse and drug addiction in order to remove the pain. Forming gangs. In urban cities or in larger cities, the individuals, they form gangs to carry out criminal activities. So first they join some gangs so that they can do criminal activities. After that, they go for drugs. Influence of advertisement and movies. Advertisement and movies also affect the individual mental state. So youth try to imitate, or they try to follow the role model. So they go for drug abuse and addiction. Isolation. Isolation is also one of the social factor. Man is social animal, they can't stay alone. So if individual does not belong to any community or does not belong to any group, so they go for drug abuse and addiction. This was all about various causes of drug abuse. In the next video, we will discuss about various consequences of drug abuse for individual, family and society. Till then, take care. Thank you.